Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you haven't seen my last video where I talk about why I took a break from filming, why my background's different, then please go and check that out if you're interested. If you're not interested and you're just here for books, then you're in luck because a lot of books is what we're talking about today. Because of my break from filming, I have read many books since we last spoke, and today we're going to talk about all of them. So I had a really strong end to my reading year in 2021. 2021 was just fab for reading all round. I read over 100 books, which I fucking loved. Yes, I will be filming my favourite books of 2021 video soon. It is 6 months late, but it is coming. I have also had a truly great start to my reading year in 2022. I definitely read some favourites already. So we've got around 60 books to talk about today, and because of this recent reads is going to be a little bit different than what we're used to. I'm going to go month by month and say which books I read and what star rating I gave them. I will say some extra words about my favourite books that I read, any 5-star reads, any books that really stuck with me. Obviously this is going to be much snappier than what we're used to. I really hope you guys still enjoy it. I hope it's still interesting and enjoyable in some way. We've got literary fiction to talk about, and classics, and poetry, and non-fiction, and YA. Let's do this. Dead Relatives by Lucy McKnight Hardy, 4.5 stars. This is a literary folk horror short story collection that absolutely made me fall in love with Lucy McKnight Hardy. It is dark and weird and suspenseful and so distinct. One of the most engaging and delicious things I've read in a long time. Let Them Eat Chaos by Kay Tempest, 4.5 stars. This is a contemporary long-form poem telling the story of 7 very different London neighbours. This shines such an illuminating light on contemporary life and the divisions in society, mending ourselves and our communities and our planet. Amazing reading experience, one of my new favourite poets. Aristotle and Dante Discover the Secrets of the Universe by Benjamin Elia Saenz. This was a reread for me, 5 stars. Aristotle and Dante Dive into the Waters of the World by Benjamin Elia Saenz, 3 stars. General Intellects by Mackenzie Walk, 2.5 stars. Oak by Catherine Towers, 5 stars. This is a stunning contemporary poetry collection structured through the life cycle of an oak. It explores childhood, romantic relationships, the aging body, super unique and stunning. Ace of Spades by Farida Abike Ayemadi, 5 stars. I fell in love with this YA thriller novel. Private school setting, dark secrets, anonymous texter, all ultimately diving deep into the heart of institutionalized racism. Totally enthralling and impactful. I loved it. Somebody Loves You by Mona Archie, 2.5 stars. The Falling Thread by Adam O'Riordan, 2.5 stars. The Fell by Sarah Moss, 4.5 stars. As always, Sarah Moss delivered something beautiful and suspenseful and enlightening here. This is pandemic fiction about isolation and compassion at its best. Weird Fucks by Lynn Tillman, 3 stars. The Bronte Sisters Selected Poems, 4 stars. One More for Christmas by Sarah Morgan, 4.5 stars. Last year I discovered contemporary festive romance novels, and Sarah Morgan is the best. A Whole Life by Robert Seathaler, 4.5 stars. This is a historical novel translated from German and set in Austria in the 20th century. It's about ancient landscapes and solitude and the new world and what gives life meaning. As always, Robert Seathaler's writing is totally stunning. The Actual by Inua Ellams, 4 stars. Underneath the Christmas Tree by Heidi Swain, 3.5 stars. A Christmas Carol by Charles Dickens, 4.5 stars. A Wedding in December by Sarah Morgan, 4.5 stars. Anna Karenina by Leo Tolstoy, 5 stars. I fell head over heels in love with this novel. One of the best things I've read in so long. I honestly just loved everything about this reading experience. Maggie O'Farrell said that nobody peoples their pages like Tolstoy, and I can't say it better than that. 100 Poets by John Carey, 4 stars. No One Around Here Reads Tolstoy by Mark Hodkinson, 4.5 stars. This is a fab new memoir about Mark Hodkinson, who is an author and journalist and publisher. It explores his working class childhood in Rochdale and his relationship with and passion for reading. Big recommend. Ohio by Stephen Markley, 5 stars. This is an epic American novel spanning the experiences of 4 former high school classmates in northeastern Ohio. This was everything that I wanted it to be, plus some edge of your seat suspense and some real darkness that I didn't expect. Amazing. Alexa, What Is There to Know About Love by Brian Bilston, 5 stars. This is a contemporary poetry collection exploring love in all of its forms. It is super accessible and truly the funniest poetry collection I have ever read. If I Had Your Face by Francis Cha, 3 stars. This Woven Kingdom by Tahara Mafi, 3 stars. The Professor by Charlotte Bronte, 3 stars. Water Shall Refuse Them by Lucy McKnight Hardy, 5 stars. Again, in the same folk horror style as her short story collection. This one is set in Wales in the 1970s during a heat wave. It's about grief and rural life and witchcraft, and the atmosphere is totally thrilling. Time is a Mother by Ocean Vuong, 4 stars. A Curious History of Sex by Kate Lister, 4 stars. The Herd by Emily Edwards, 4 stars. The Gilded Ones by Namina Fauna, 3 stars. Sir Gawain and the Green Knight, translated by Keith Harrison, 5 stars. I had never read a medieval long-form poem before, and this blew me away. I tore through it. Super fun to read. I loved the story, I loved the rhyme, amazing imagery. This was a really, really good time. Pilgrim Bell by Kaveh Akbar, 4 stars. Love After Love by Ingrid Persaud, 3.5 stars. Anonymous Sex, edited by Hilary Jordan and Cheryl Lulien Tan, 2.5 stars. A Dedication to Drowning by Maeve McKenna, 3 stars. Empire Falls by Richard Rousseau, 4.5 stars. French Braid by Anne Tyler, 4 stars. One Language by Anastasia Taylor Lind, 4 stars. A Court of Thorns and Roses by Sarah J. Maas, 3 stars. At Certain Points We Touch by Lauren John Joseph, 3.5 stars. Lowborn by Kerry Hudson, 5 stars. This is a super tender and eye-opening memoir exploring what it is to be poor in Britain today and what it is to live in some of the country's most deprived towns. Kerry Hudson takes you on a really personal journey here. I loved it. The Deloriad by Missouri Williams, 3.5 stars. Vinegar Hill by Combe Tobin, 3 stars. Paradise by Fernanda Melchor, translated by Sophie Hughes, 5 stars. I cannot tell you how blown away I was by this book, and still am. This tells the story of 2 poor Mexican teenage boys within a luxury housing estate. It explores classism and violence and desires and hardships, and ultimately results in a gruesome scheme. One of the most captivating and totally intoxicating reading experiences I have possibly ever had. The writing is chilling and relentless, the craftsmanship on another level. Middlemarch by George Eliot, 4.5 stars. My first read of Middlemarch under my belt. Praise me. Father May Be an Elephant and Mother Only a Small Basket But by Gogu Shyamala, 3 stars. Unexhausted Time by Emily Berry, 3.5 stars. Nettles by Adam Scoville, 3 stars. The Secret Lives of Church Ladies by Disha Filior, 4.5 stars. Awesome new short story collection exploring the hidden desires of church-going black women over 4 generations. So seductive and vulnerable and freeing and funny. A Court of Mist and Fury by Sarah J. Maas, 3 stars. All the Flowers Kneeling by Paul Tran, 3.5 stars. Castles from Cobwebs by J.A. Mensah, 3 stars. The Switch by Beth O'Leary, 5 stars. Apparently I love Beth O'Leary and contemporary romance novels in general now. This tells the story of a 20-something young woman and her grandma who do a house swap from their homes in a small Yorkshire town and London. One of the most truly enjoyable and heartwarming books I have read in a long time. Take My Hand by Dolin Perkins Valdez, 3.5 stars. The Transgender Issue by Andy West, 4 stars. Antonio by Beatriz Bracker, 4 stars. Mrs. Gaskell and Me by Nell Stevens, 4 stars. Beowulf, a new translation by Maria Davana Headley, 4.5 stars. Another old long form poem, and I really love this one too. The plot is fun enough, but it is Maria's translation that really brings this to life. The whole thing felt so fresh and contemporary and consumable. It really got across the excitement and epicness that I imagine the original was going for. And finally, A Court of Wings and Ruin by Sarah J. Maas, 3.5 stars. Jesus. That was a lot. I really hope you guys enjoyed that. I hope you enjoyed hearing what I've read over the past 6 or 7 months. Sorry that it was snappier than usual. I hope you still got something out of this and enjoyed. Of course, now I'm getting back into the swing of filming. My recent reads videos should go back to what they were normally like, being a bit more in-depth and useful, I hope. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really, really appreciate it. Please let me know if you've read any of these books. How did you find them? Did we agree? Did we disagree? And also, please let me know what you've been reading over the past half a year. Any standout titles, any favorites, I would love to hear about them. Thank you again for watching this video, everyone. I really appreciate you all. I hope you're well, and I will hopefully see you very soon in another video. Bye.